Hello and a very good afternoon to all our viewers who are joining me in this live interaction on News 9's Facebook and also YouTube page. And today I will be speaking about the post-traumatic stress disorder, which is quite prevalent according to a survey. Now, COVID-19 had literally brought the entire world to a grinding halt. Schools were closed, colleges were shut, and businesses were affected by the pandemic. And the lockdown had literally forced everybody to the confines of their homes. And although the nationwide lockdown may have prevented the COVID-19 pandemic curve from peaking earlier, but it has certainly shown the adverse impact on the psychological profile of people in the form of the rise in PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, the revelation was made by a dip test conducted via Google form during the last week of April 2020, when the nation had completed 4 weeks of lockdown. And the survey was conducted by the Department of Community Medicine, Vardhan Mahavir Medical College, and also Safdarjung Hospital. So PTSD is nothing but a mental health condition which is triggered by a terrifying event causing flashbacks, nightmares and severe anxiety. The survey indicated that 28.2% of the population which participated in the survey suffered from PTSD during the lockdown in the nation, whereas 55.6% had trouble sleeping. 64.1% reported that they were jumpy and easily startled quite a bit, and 2.6% of them said that they experienced it in an extreme manner, whereas the 64% felt that the lockdown hadn't happened or wasn't real at all, whereas 82.1% of them reported that reminders of it caused them to have physical reactions such as sweating, breathing trouble, or even nausea. Now, in order to understand what PTSD is all about, we have Dr. Vineet, who is a consultant psychiatrist who is joining us in this live interaction. Many thanks for joining us, Vineet. And my first question is, could you explain what a PTSD condition is all about, Vineet?
Hi. So yes, PTSD, like according to ICD, it is classified as it is a type of response. Maybe it might be delayed or protracted to a stressful event or situation, which can be either short or long-lasting, and it can be threatening or it can be catastrophic in nature, which is more likely to cause pervasive distress in almost everyone.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want me to name the symptoms, there are can categorize into 3 or 4 types. So one will be the most important. Psychological symptoms will be the flashback of this particular incident. It can be a disaster, it can be a serious accident, it can be a violent death of someone, or torture, or terrorism, or any other crime for that matter. And the fear and the severe anxiety and also mistrust. It can also manifest in behaviorally in the form of agitation, irritability. There can be self-destructive behavior. There might be hypervigilance to a particular situation. Hostility also is noted. Mood will be more or less, it will be anxious, more likely to be loneliness. And yes, and there will be, of course, sleep dysfunction, the problems with sleep and problems with appetite, and other unwanted thoughts. Yes. So these are the main symptoms of PTSD. So yeah.
And also, Vineet, now that you're a consultant psychiatrist, have you come across such cases during the lockdown, and what was the percentage of the cases where most of the cases that you came across were PTSD, or what kind of mental disorder did people experience?
See, the thing is, the problem with the current situation is we have never been in this kind of lockdown or seal down or any kind of pandemic situation. Yes, we had a flu pandemic back in 2008 and 9. That time, this internet wasn't so advanced, so that so much so that this was blown out of proportion this time. So yes, we get in our hospital, in our People Tree Marga hospital, we get a lot of anxiety related to COVID, especially because of the COVID. They are staying at home, and people are getting laid off. People are having issues with their families and spouses and children, and these are the kinds of anxieties, and this can be a major stressor if like if this was like the pattern stress, as in they would have a pattern kind of relationship even before COVID. But in COVID, it is shown with like COVID is acting like the augmenting agent, as in it is increasing the already stressed up situation.
Okay.
So yeah, it is all in all extremely stressful situation right now. So we get to see a lot of anxiety-ridden clients.
Also, we need now, how can people suffering from PTSD overcome this particular condition?
First thing is like it might occur like within the 6 months. It rarely occurs after 6 months also, but it is a possibility. This memories and this imagery, this dreams, flashbacks keeps coming back. So it is possibility, but it is the treatment is of many fold. So first thing is get a treatment, get a detailed history, get a detailed because they might be predisposed, as in they might or might not have a personality, or they might have a family history of mental illness, or they might have some kind of substance history, and all that we should take a detailed history whether we should diagnose them as PTSD, and after that there is treatment, both the therapy like as in the counseling part, and also counseling. We have various techniques, CBT and everything. So very laid out counseling program, and also we have medication for that, and also there is non-pharmacological methods such as the yoga and deep breathing exercises, and yes.
Well, that was Dr. Vineet Irana, consultant psychiatrist, giving us insights about how people suffering from PTSD can overcome this particular condition. One is go approach the nearest psychiatrist, give them a detailed history of the thoughts that you've come across during the pandemic, or you could stay at home and follow, homemade remedies such as performing yoga, doing breathing exercises. And one thing that has to be kept in mind is that even this phase too shall pass. So in order to avoid contracting this particular mental condition, people have to remain calm and think about this as a temporary phase. And like I told you, even this too shall pass. And in the meantime, please avoid going outside unnecessarily and take all the safety precautionary measures, because this is the need of the hour. Without a vaccine, the only thing that we can do is stay safe by following all the safety precautionary measures. Until next time, see you and take care.